Genshin here. So last time we finished up all the new main story for this update. So we're gonna do some character quests. We're gonna go hang out with some people. So that should be fun. Yeah. And also, wait on that. So anyway, let's get that going. Quest requests. Friends. Dragon Man. Let's see what his deal is. Where's that? Where are you? And the ocean. He's determined to not make this easy, I see. But that's fine. No idea where this is. Let's go say hi. Probably an easier way to get over there. This should be fine. Probably. Should probably hype them out now. I know what I'm doing, I promise. I misunderstood how this works. I'm sure there's somebody who's screaming. Hi, Nikki! I'm so bad at this. That's what I hear. I got her. I didn't like. I got her fairly recently. I did not intend. She was not the plan. I rolled on Zombie's banner and I got her instead. Okay. Over there. Actually, I'm missing something freaking obvious or something. I feel like I probably am. If there's a treasure chest over here, please open this and get
an
shinies.
Answer from this world?
I'm probably just gonna swim over there. Hope for the best. So how's everybody doing today? I'm gonna die. Okay, this is not how we get over here. And we drown. Anyway, I have tea. This is a different new flavor of tea that I have not tried yet. This is, I have the box right here. Cranberry and lime flavored tea. I thought what I was getting, that's fun, Nikki. What I was getting when I bought this, I am mostly ready for Disney trip. I haven't packed yet. Shh, it's fine, because I'm waiting up for something to get here that I need. Because, okay, I live in Arizona, obviously, so I don't usually wear tennis shoes, so I don't have any socks. So I'm waiting for them to arrive. And we leave in a week. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So anyway, trying new tea. Oh, that's a nope. That's a 3 out of 10. Where am I? That's not the flavor profile I was expecting. And I drown again. I promise I know how to play this game. I had plans. They just are just like, we're just gonna derail your plans. Okay. Okay. We're doing this differently. I'm approaching this problem from a different angle. Yeah. We're getting over there, and we're gonna go say hi to Xiangmi, and we're gonna help him with whatever his problem is. I continue to be impatient. Okay. Once again, less failure this time. I promise I know what I'm doing. I do. Okay. Now that we are on dry land. That's still not better. That's gonna need some changes, improvements. Normally I like berry tea, but cranberry and lime is not balanced properly or something. And that is not great. Okay, so if I climb all the way up to the top and then jump off, I should be okay. Which is what we're gonna be doing. Patience. Do not pull a spin here. Is this the intended way to get here? Probably not, but like I don't know the intended way to get over there. So we are making do. Okay, at the top. For bar to refill, yeah, we need to land right on the deck. And running loop. Hope we're okay. I would be sad. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay. If I drop off now, we're gonna land. Okay. I'm gonna make this work. This ridiculous thing. Okay. We are on the boat. We have successfully climbed the boat. Well, that was just about the most unconventional entrance any visitor has ever made to the Pearl Galley. Well, you don't exactly make yourself accessible through traditional means. It's not like there were Unless I'm completely blind and miss something. Well, you're no different from any other guest in that sense. Everyone comes here to just have a look. Then, they like what they see, so they stay a little longer. Before you know it, they can't drag themselves away. Nevertheless, despite the impromptu means which you arrived here, you are an esteemed guest from afar, and we welcome you as any other. It would simply be my bad manners to show you at the door after you've only just arrived. You can't let you break the rule, okay? Otherwise, I'm the one who have to answer to the boss. What rule? A simple, straightforward rule. Guests are only allowed here by invitation. Those who sneak in despite knowing the rule are petty criminals with dubious intentions. Don't fret, I'm well aware you snuck in by accident, blissfully unaware of the rule. You are no criminal. All the guests you see here are here by invitation. By boss's rules, they have right to invite other people. If you're planning on dropping in more often, your best bet would be to mingle with the guests and see if you can talk one of them into giving you an invitation letter. Challenge accepted. Smooth operator, I like your style. Okay, I'll be waiting here. We are here for one thing and one thing only. That is to talk to Mr. Dragon Man. Dragon Man. Hello, friend.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Something like that.
Yes. We had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views.
The reason that's funny, for, again, those of you who, like Spin, have not played this game, and thus don't know, Rex Lapis is Jean-Louis himself in disguise. So, yeah, he's just like, no, you're wrong about this dude, when he is, in fact, actually this dude. It's like it's like trying to correct Bruce Wayne about Batman. It's great. No one knows better than him.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
Oh boy.
First Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Tuvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement.
Right. Yeah. Also, fun fact, Rex Lapis, when translated into English, means King of Stone. Which, I mean, I think that's neat.
The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Why would he enhance a dagger and a sword? He uses a polearm. I mean, unless they were gifts to people, but I don't think anybody who would give those to uses those weapons. I don't think.
A dagger and a sword?
I doubt it. Next to doubt.
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign. I
wonder if... I bet the only reason Johnny is burst out laughing during this is because he has the patience and composure of being 6,000 years old.
I can't say I agree.
He's probably just like, what are you on?
Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of Geo's profound foresight?
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
Actually, he is. No one does better than him.
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
Maybe he got drunk one day. He does like wine. And so does a certain friend of his that we've met.
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Or that.
Oh.
It's like you're telling someone else's tale.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Who, me? I'm just here for a good story.
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
Questions does she know or suspect? That's neat. Where are you? Okay, you're over here now. Hello, friends.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Oof. Oh, rip. Oh, big rip.
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Oh boy.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
Do we know that for sure, though? I mean, he did engage in a plan that nearly drowned his own city, so I mean, he may not have intended to, but casualties happen.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
Chadley, explain.
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
You look a bit embarrassed, Zhongli. Is the story that complicated?
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
At the beginning, like any good story. Except for a small handful
Over
of
here,
times where it's okay
Mr.
to start
Zhongli.
with.
I've been looking for you. Ah, so you're over here all this time.
Fatui? What do you want? Spit it out. What do you
Put
want?
down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
Oh, that's cute, Paimon.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it.
Yeah, but I still don't trust you. I remember what I said earlier about that plan to drown his own city? Yeah, they were kind of involved in that, so... My ability to trust you is minimal. I maybe trust what you're saying about 10%.
I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry.
Oh boy.
I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhang Li, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhang Li as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
What should we do? I think it's best to be cautious. Can you show us the paperwork to prove this?
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Again, this kind of probably goes back to all that stuff about contracts.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Are we tagging
Wait,
along?
if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
Why? I really don't know anything about archaeology.
This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures.
Are you saying that because you know stuff? He probably knows stuff. I'm convinced that Zhongli knows very specific details about certain events that happened and he's not sharing. Either because of some contract or some other reason. Probably a contract. Most likely, I would suspect.
It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Hey, okay. I mean, if you're inviting us.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
It's 4.5 of us.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
I feel like we're being called out a little bit here. I mean, he's not wrong, but also, like, I feel like we're being called out.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
You're not helping Paimon.
That is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find.
That's an interesting priority list, dude. I don't know if I want to find a severed piece of giant water monster. You have interesting priorities, friend. Is there a faster way over there? Oh, good. First, there's a shiny up there, and I don't want to go back to this boat. I think I can avoid it. I'll try to avoid going back to this boat. This was a payment over here. If I can come up, maybe. We'll see. Maybe this one? Nope. Fine. Fine for stuff. Okay, you know what? Screw this. Let's just leave. I can come back later for that. For the thing. Okay. And here we are.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Yes, I think so. You'd be surprised what an ordinary facade can hide. I is Mr. Funeral Consultant who can turn into a giant dragon.
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Guyun Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex.
And cue the rainstorm, apparently.
After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
Yeah.
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number and in size. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyun Stone Forest.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed.
And we killed it.
This is where the value lies in research at Guyun Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life.
I'm pretty sure Shockley's not going to judge you if you're just honest with him that you want to find stuff that you think you could sell for lots of money.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay then, I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Yeah, I guess he probably wouldn't be an expert at digging stuff up since he put it in the ground in the first place.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you.
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
To be fair, though, being alone with a Fatui when you don't know how to fight is probably a very scary thought.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here. The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Indeed.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Propagate! Don't blink!
Ooh.
Ha! Propagate! Yeah!
swim. Hee hee. Look at this. So we should be right around here. Say hello.
With sword comes shadow. Scatter! No one escapes my sight. Ha!
I forgot Pharaoh was right there. Whoops. But it's fine.
Why are there enemies here?
Gullion Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Speed of
I was
light.
really serious.
Hey! Nowhere to hide. Germinate! Ha! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
And then you're gonna ruin your day.
Propagate! Scatter!
Should we go in here? Wait, I need that.
Hey!
Give me. It's probably not the ideal way to play these, but it's fine. I'm making do. I need that.
No escape!
Actually, let's get this. Dodged you.
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Propagate!
Nope, you don't see me. I'm not interested in fighting you. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
Decided by destiny! Let me scry! Scatter! Bet you can't keep up with me!
shadows of fate. Huh.
Nice fishy. Okay. Right over here.
They're gathering together here. But why?
Well, hello.
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. The hydromelic monsters. I have a contract, and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them, and recover the relic.
I mean, I died. Let's go. Hang on.
Propagate! Scatter! Propagate! Don't blink! Got lucky that time. Scatter!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
What are you two up to? Hello, friends.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
He's not a very nice man, is he?
I've just been researching the God of Salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
It is a bit strange. One shouldn't lack general knowledge in their field.
And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
I'm not surprised that's his priority. The Matsui run a bank. Or at least they do here. I don't know what they do in the other regions.
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. This stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! This is good.
Yeah, something tells me this is going to bite him in the butt later. And then we're going to laugh at him. Because laughing at the Patui is always a win.
Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power in it?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the God of Salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense. I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear. If I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
I mean, if you really want him to, he's right here. No, you're trying to get riff off archaeology. No, you're trying to collect the strength of the gods. Well, I think he's more motivated.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the chasing...
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
Probably because Ningguang has an eye for that kind of thing.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right, then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt, too, actually. Let's go to Salterai next.
Onwards on our Indiana Jones adventure. That's fun. Is there a teleport spot that's close? Oh yeah, that works. Probably this one. Yeah, this tea still has not improved, by the way, but I made a whole pot of it, so I'm drinking it. Yeah, that's gonna need changes. Ugh. I think the problem is too much cranberry. The problem is that cranberries are very tart. Hi, I'm here to ruin your day. Big friend. Big treasure chest. Shinies. Give me shinies.
Right. No one escapes my sight. Speed of light. Hey! Fate is upon
Get
you.
over here. Very rude.
Incoming. Huh? Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Hey! That's cheating.
That was just dodge properly. This is why I wished on Chun-Li's banner, because I'm bad at dodging anyway.
You'll pay for that. Let it rain.
Stop hopping around. Casually piss off. Okay. Give me the big shiny.
I'll keep this close.
We earned that. First, everybody could use the top up of health. What awaits us here? Oh boy. That can't be a good sign. Looks like a domain down there. Oh boy.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the God of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the God of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Unless we go all the way to the bottom where there's gonna be a bunch of monsters, I bet.
Oh, that's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Sal Tarai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal.
Our turn!
I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt.
Is it related to the god of salt's people? Is it related to Rex Lapis?
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
Which is another name for Rex Lapis Joggly over here. Yeah, he has a bunch of names. Don't worry about it.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
I mean, if this was hundreds of thousands of years ago, he could have been a completely different person.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
In one ear, out the other.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
And he's gonna be like, no, I have no idea how to break seals, but my friend here does, as he points to us.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may
He's
know
probably the one
something
who put-
about it.
Yeah, you probably put it there, didn't you, friend?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
Oh boy. Yeah. My taste buds are not happy with me for consuming this. But I made a pot, drink it, trying to figure out ways to improve it. Not great. But I mean, I guess somebody who likes certain things more will probably enjoy it more than I am. Oh, I already know where they're going with
Here it
this.
is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
Should be...
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
And it's guarded.
This
We'll have to
place
clear them out.
seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me.
Well, good thing we have us two. Neither of us technically have visions. Zhongli has a fake one because he's an Archon trying to pass as a human. And then there's us in a horrible situation. But we'll be fine.
But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken.
Of course.
The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
1 second, everybody. Don't mind me, just taking notes in case we need them. In case I need them. So we'll go with... yeah. What is this? Yeah, okay, cool.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
Maybe if you paid attention to something other than money for 5 seconds.
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt. To provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. This benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. And that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Turai.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
I don't think he did it. I'll level with you. I don't think he did it. Or if he did, he was for some reason we don't know yet.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that ruin.
Yes, it matters. It always matters. Jerk. Throw him into the ocean next.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north.
I've written this
With
down,
this
just in
clue,
case.
you should be able to solve the puzzle.
Yeah. No, I didn't write the whole riddle down. I just wrote down the parts that I think I'm going to need. Okay, so. Let's clear out these guys first.
Got her!
Rude.
Spring forth! Incoming! Ha! With sword comes shadow.
Cool. Is that all of them? I think that's all. Okay, so. This one first. Are you? Terribly rude. Is this? Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. Let's try to locate all of them first. Okay. Okay. Cool. So that makes no, get off. Actually, somebody else might be better for this. Okay, let's pull out somebody I haven't used in a while. Oh, I have achievements. Let's grab that real quick. Not that I think that's enough gems to... But still. Already set up. Something I have not used in a while. Catching. Let's use...
I'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah. That. And east. No. Yeah? Wait. I haven't done this wrong, have I? I may have done this wrong. Yeah, I have done this wrong. Oh well. Towers knows what directions are, I promise.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east,
I heard you the
Jueyun
first
in the
time.
west, Jingze in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
I've done this one. So, that one. And east is... Probably this one. Done this wrong again.
Tianheng in the south,
Yeah,
Yaoguang in the
shush,
east,
Zhongli.
Jueyun in the west, Jingze in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Cardinal directions are hard. Over here, and then it should be this way.
Look! The seal really was broken!
Okay.
Mr. Zhongli isn't...
Yeah. Let's get back to...
Let's finish this quickly.
Okay.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Okay. Come on. Don't fail me now. Okay. I think this is why this character is popular, because she could do that. Which is a lot easier than swimming. What I was trying to do earlier was trying to get to the boat, but it just was not happening. Yeah, we go.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyonstone Forest.
Oh boy.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
Because he doesn't need the treasure. I won't take any either.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Then you two can stay here.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition.
Yeah, he's not just the god of wealth and rocks. He's also the god of contracts, and if you can't respect that, then he does not care for you as an individual.
You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin, as well as traps.
Yeah. He's kind of giving me the same energy of, if you two can't stop arguing, I will turn this car around. Which I may or may not be intentional, given how they've kind of framed him as character.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
Yeah. Zhongli is not intimidated by you. I don't think he's intimidated by literally anything. Dude's also the god of war, so, you know, if you want to try him, go for it. You did ask to be struck down by the Lord of Geo. Careful what you wish for, buddy.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I know what I did and didn't do. I'm willing to be honest about it. He's mostly willing to be honest. He doesn't directly lie, but he also doesn't always tell you the whole story. Which, I mean, maybe it's him not knowing what's relevant at the time, or a dozen other contracts preventing him from saying everything. Or, you know, just general experience that not everybody needs to know everything at a time. So only pops in with facts that he deems relevant to the situation at hand.
Well then, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Down we go. So who breaks that contract first? Because I suspect it's going to be... Honestly, it could go either way. I don't have faith that either of them are going to hold to the contract they just agreed to be honest. This could be useful. Switch. That's way easier.
Propagate! Go, go, Baron Bunny! No escape!
Give me Chinese. I agreed not to not take the treasure. I did not agree to not do a little bit of mining while we're down here.
Yeah! Yeah!
Let me scry.
Get him! Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Again, there's probably easier ways to do this, but these are the tools I have. These are the tools I'm using. People think I'm silly for having Amber on my team still after all this time. I think she's just neat. Although with the Dendra update, a lot of characters have got completely changed. But, I mean, generally speaking, I don't care for meta. I care for, you know, what's fun and what works. You know, if it works, fine, fix it.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
In a sense, if they didn't want you doing stuff like this, they wouldn't have made that a feature of the bunny, I feel like. Pretty rocks. What's interesting to me is that rocks like the ones I'm currently standing on can and do occur in nature. So that's just fun. Fun facts with towers. Not all my facts are cursed, I promise. Those are just more fun to share. Yeah, if you'll excuse me, I will be right back. I have returned.
Hey!
Probably should have done that before I left. That still needs to recharge. The reason I'm doing this for rocks is because I need these rocks to level up Genshin. And she's proven to be exceptionally useful with Dendro build. So she's useful, so I will best to try and level
Is
her up as much
this
as I
an
can.
answer from this world?
Good. Remains. Anything else interesting in here before I leave? I could pick up some lotus heads, but I don't think I need them.
Scatter!
I think we're good. Actually, I should check something real quick. Oh my God, you could cooperate with me. That would be fantastic. Okay, I have. Yeah. So I need 325 marketing gems to do a wish. Okay, we're good. We're a little bit overpowered for this, but it's fine. Oh, cool. We're playing as... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness. That's not a statue. This was a person. This is giving me some Pompeii
these-
vibes.
Statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
It looks like they're
Shared
pleading for
memory.
mercy. Wait, did she do this to them? Did she turn her own people into salt? Was she really mad one time and then Max decided that she was too dangerous and decided to end her? Is that what's happening? Because that doesn't look like ordinary rock to me. That kind of gives me crystal vibes, which gives me like oh god, what did she do? Anyway, we're playing as Zhongli for a little bit. Pretty. Let's go give this a whirl. Hello, friends.
Rise!
Isn't it delightful? That's just cheating. That is cheating.
Quake!
Oh, this is why he's popular. Climb up. That's fun. And there's more salt people. This is creepy. I was joking about Indiana Jones earlier, but I think that's what we're doing. Oh, they chose poorly.
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Oh, it just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
That's weird.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Let's test this. I
Exactly.
kind of want to test it. Can we test it?
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally. After all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine.
Okay, then that means she gets the next thing, whatever it is.
I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
If that's what you want to do, friend.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Yep. Oh, which one? So he's probably gonna break it, and then he's gonna get skewered. I'm so looking forward to this.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, it's still gonna be strong. Like, if you two are gonna argue, we're gonna end this whole expedition. Which is fine. I think it's delightfully funny. Also, is it 20,000 health? That's nonsense. That is broken. But I guess that's why he's like the default tank, huh?
Rise! I will have order. Stabilize.
I don't think this. That'd be nice. Yeah. I already see how this is gonna have to go. Okay, I need to aim this a little bit better.
Quake!
Okay. What's this do? It's a good.
Ha! Just a simple ruler. Doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power.
Oh boy.
When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Yeah, but you already claimed that, which means that the ruler is hers. As for the terms of the contract, and if you break the contract, Charlie's probably gonna kill you. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he'll just do something else instead, but, like, dude's known for his wrath for a reason, I'm sure. But let's not forget that this is also the person who, you know, is in charge of Zhao in that whole situation. So, just think on that
Well
for a
then,
minute.
according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
Well, maybe you should have thought of this before you just agreed blindly, dummy. Don't argue with Chugly over contracts. That's not going to end well for you. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
If we're talking about uselessness here, buddy, then you're both equally useless. Tisk tisk.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Sigh. While we're on the topic of useless people,
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
don't do it. Don't do it. It's not gonna end well for you. Divine punishment will be funny.
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because he can spawn meteors?
Because you agreed to a contract.
Please remember for a moment where we are.
Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
Yep. 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 That's a threat. That's a threat if I've ever heard one.
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I'm
gonna get skewered here in a minute.
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Oh, look. That's cute. Hey, where'd it go? Where'd Prince go?
So soon.
Crumble!
Emergency countermeasures aren't my thing.
This is order.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well.
Yeah. I don't know what he expected to happen.
You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
That's not gonna end well.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
At least we had our guard up. I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon. At least we had our guard up.
Yeah, good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Yes, please, let's be honest with each other.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Chising, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Come to think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis. I've never heard you say Lord of Geo.
Oh, right. Now that you mention it, the people of Leah very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him. But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes.
I'm pretty sure if he had his way, the history would be written a little bit differently, actually.
So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
I don't think he'll argue with you on that first point. I think he will happily admit, well, not happily, but I think he would admit to be like, yes, I have spilled blood before. But I don't know if cruelty is the correct word. We'll see. Yeah, he's just like, I have no idea what to say to this. I think it might be best if we see the truth for ourselves.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Oh boy. What happens if we find that it's the other way around, friend?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue.
Yeah, since he's supposedly dead. Since his corpse fell out of the sky.
Come with me.
I like this game.
All the answers you seek lie ahead.
I'm excited for this. Whee!
Solidify!
This is significantly harder to aim than the Traveler's Geoconstructs. When I step up it, it disappears. So.
Rise!
Okay, good enough. That's good enough. Okay, cool. Top. Whee!
Quake!
Oh, boy.
Gather!
Oh, you can hold it down. Okay. That's useful. First, I should probably top off his health a teensy bit. Can't fully heal him because he has this stupid health pool. But, you know. Hello, people.
Rise!
Get the shields, get the shields, get the shields.
Stabilize!
Thank you.
Order guide you.
Oh, that's too much fun. Okay, fine. Okay. Screw your shield.
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate.
Quake!
Okay. We have pieces of sword.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword. This is proof. This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated.
Look again, friend.
The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
But then why the people? Why the people turned into salt?
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Oof.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
This logic!
Yeah.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
That's not how he works, I think. Contracts are contracts are contracts.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
Yeah. In case any of you are wondering, yeah, that's... Yeah, this is who he is. This is who he really is.
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her.
Don't. Did you not see what we did to the other guy? Did you not see what we did to the other guy? Think about what you're about to do very carefully. Don't do anything stupid, okay? Worst case scenario, you could bargain for the other half later.
Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
Did you not see what we did to the other guy? Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid, please.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
Yeah.
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
Please. Oh boy.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that.
But is it worth missing out on the truth?
Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
I don't think
Perhaps
he's gonna.
that punishment would be easier for her. But
Oh, he's gonna do something far worse. Oh boy. He's gonna shatter her faith, isn't he? Because God of Salt is not who she thinks he was, huh?
as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Here we go.
Huh?
Yeah.
The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Around you. That's not what Morax is doing. He doesn't turn people into stone. And he can turn people into salt, but who do we think can? I bet that's what that sword was for.
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war.
That makes an element of sense. If she knows she couldn't win, she's just like, I ain't messing with this. I don't want a seat. Y'all can do whatever you want. So I guess that logic does make sense in a way. But what happened next?
However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors.
Yeah.
After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
Where we're currently standing.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt. but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Maybe you should have waited for his description of what the weapon is before you jump to conclusions, lady. Oh boy.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax. Don't try to trick me!
No, he's something far worse. So then I think if she knew who he really was, she would flip out. And she runs off crying.
Hey, come back!
That was too much for her to take. What you said is really true, right?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
But if her murder weapon was a sword, then it definitely wasn't Morax who killed her. Because again, he doesn't use swords. He uses giant spears of rock or like an actual handheld spear.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Seems to be fleeing from something. No doubt suspecting that's a terrible as afoot. What did she do?
What are all these?
People turned to salt.
What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Only one way to find out. Let's see what's behind the giant stone door of destiny.
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Some people running. Is that her? Is that her up there? Ground zero. No matter what once was here, not remains but a single flower of salt. Okay? I don't think she's okay.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day.
And that must be her killer right there. The one frozen in salt.
The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
I don't think he has a merciful bone in his body, to be honest. Like, I don't think he's needlessly cruel, but I think if he deems it warranted or necessary, he doesn't seem the sugarcoating type.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
Yeah, you seem all too familiar with what happened to the God of Salt. You didn't just hear rumors about the way to break the seal, did you?
No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of wisdom, only age.
Yeah, you pick up a few things when you're 6,000 years old.
Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Liyue will understand that one day.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
If you want to.
What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Aw, were they friends? I bet they were friends. I mean, as close to friends as I guess you get. Check out up here. Is this just books? I thought he was doing his god of kindness, but stabby stabby. This is why humans and gods shouldn't interact too much. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, where are we going? Over here. And teleport. Okay. Yay, more climbing. But first, I have to step away again. I will be right back, I promise. I am back. Okay. Onwards to whatever lies ahead for us. Careful about how I do this. So I'm pretty sure we have to get to the top. Up here. And I'm probably about to fall. But that's fine. That's fine. To here. Yeah, that should be fine. Looking for good outcrops of rocks. Those always useful. Should be getting close. Yeah. Here we are. Hello, friend. Wait, what are we up to?
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
So, what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Shall we?
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
So that's why you wanted us to come with you. So you didn't just bring me along to find treasure? No, that's this first one. So that's why you wanted us to come with you.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Is that a good idea? I mean, I know what he's trying to do, but I don't think dumping two things that created the salt into water is a good idea. I mean, unless he has like an option to make it not do the thing that would be very obvious, I would think.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned.
Yeah.
This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
Doing some god magic. Okay, so it's probably fine.
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My
that's
legacy
probably
shall
better.
now be left to those who come after to debate.
It's probably the best, to be honest. You good, buddy?
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
I feel a bit bad for the god of salt. Won't those rocks cause the salt to grow in power? What will you do now?
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
Let's see. Let's see. Anyway, that's done. So I think I'm gonna call this here for tonight because I think we've gone on long enough. Thank you all for joining me and saying hi and stuff. Lots of fun. And I don't know if I'll win or if I'll be streaming next. No promises. Because next week might be a little bit crazy for me. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for joining me. See you all next time. Bye-bye.